welcome back to everyone. We hope you've had a refreshing break. Let us now continue with the next section of your program. We welcome you back for the panel discussion 1. On the dais with us offline is Dr. Aguilar Johnson, ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Sociology, Math, College, and Nicholas Kerala, who will co-chair the session along with Dr. K.M. Ziauddin, Assistant Professor and Head Department of Sociology, Maulana Asad, National Urdu University, Hyderabad, joining us online, whom our online moderator will introduce shortly.
Good afternoon to everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome all the distinguished speakers, respected faculty members, researchers, scholars, and participants to this panel discussion. First of all, I extend a warm welcome to our esteemed chairperson, Dr. K.M. Ziauddin, who is joining us online from the Department of Sociology, Maulana Asad National Urdu University, Hyderabad. Sir, we are delighted to have you with us, and we look forward to your guidance throughout this session. I would also like to express my appreciation to the Department of Sociology, BET Institute of Arts and Science, Co-Education College, and the organizing committee for organizing this important seminar and for giving me the opportunity to serve as the co-chair of this panel discussion. I'm Dr. Aguilar Johnson, and I work at the Department of Sociology, Marathanicious College Autonomous, Kodamangalam, Kerala, and it's my privilege to serve as the co-chair for today's panel discussion. Today's session brings together distinguished experts who will share their valuable insights on financial literacy, financial inclusion, and economic security from diverse perspectives. Without further delay, let us begin the proceedings. Before we begin with the presentations, may I request our esteemed chairperson, Dr. K.M. Ziauddin, to offer a few opening remarks if he wishes. Is he available? Yes. If not, then shall we start? Or maybe I request everyone to keep their mobile phones on silent mode and reserve questions until the discussion session. So it's my privilege to invite our first speaker, Professor S. Sampath Kumar, Professor, Department of Sociology and Population Studies, Bharatiya University, Coimbatore, from whom I have had the opportunity to learn as a research scholar. Professor Sampath Kumar is a distinguished scholar in the field of sociology, and today he will be speaking on financial literacy and economic security in informal labor. Sir, the floor is yours.
Good morning to all of you. I think you are sorry, good afternoon to all of you. It's really a privilege to stand before you uh, and honored to be part of this panel discussion on a very important topic, financial literacy and financial inclusion and economic security. Um, because I think it's the need of our topic. Because understanding financial literate, uh, what level we are literate financially is a very important matter. Simple point, if you go to the bank or maybe to deposit the money or withdraw money, or maybe you are investing money for kind of long-term investments, how many of us are aware about the procedures actually we supposed to follow in the bank? Even the forms are so confusing, am I right? If you take a form, then start filling up, then it is difficult even to understand few terminologies. Okay, so we need to most of the time get the help from the members of the bank. So even sometimes they themselves is not that aware. So the point is financial literate, everyone should financially literate themselves. But the whole seminar for today and tomorrow, the major focus towards the informal sector. Okay, how difficult the people who are working in informal sector and what level they are financially literate, whether they are really financially inclusive or whether really they are economically secure, right? Is there any link between financial literacy and economic security? So all that in a very, very brief way I'm going to talk because our chair and co-chair gave only 15 minutes to me. And first of all, I'm honored to stand before you and thank Chair Dr. Jayawardene sir and co-chair Dr. Akila Johnson. Yeah, this is what the topic given to me: financial literacy and economic security and in informal labor. Next slide, please. So how important is to be financially literate? Because financial literacy is a life skill. What is financial literacy? Very simple. You have around 100 rupees in your pocket. Okay. Then morning you have 100 rupees and you have a plan only for 100 rupees. How are you going to spend? For water all you are going to spend. Okay. How much you are going to save? Right. All that is called as a financial literacy. Right. For example, you are going to buy some burger or a pizza, or you're going to buy a kind of, you're planning to drink a tea. Okay, then whether you are going to plan to drink a tea in a roadside tea shop or in a hotel, naturally the cost is different. So, see, you have a money in your pocket, and how you are going to plan to spend that money? What is that budget? Yeah, then how you are going to, how much you are going to save? If you have a bit more money in your pocket, then how you are going to invest, where you are going to invest. Okay, so what kind of idea you have about investment. So all these are put together, it is actually called as a financial literate. But I can confidently say that none of us in this room is 100% financially literate. Okay, even people who are rich also, sometimes they are struggling even to even spend money, where to spend money, how to spend money, how much to spend. Okay, so all that is also very important knowledge, which people naturally lack awareness and skill, even attitude towards money and the kind of behavior they have in spending. All that is whether they really have a financial planning. Once the moment they start earning or they getting money from the parents to spend when you are studying in a college. Even Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, they actually assessed in Program for International Student Assessment in 2022. They said that 80% of the students throughout the globe, they lack a basic idea of financial literacy. and they are even struggling to apply the knowledge of a kind of financial issues as well as struggling to make a life decisions also. Okay, yeah, this is very important aspect to understand about financially literate. Already I said one statement. None of us in this room have know completely or 100% financially literate. I think is financial literacy empowering? Certainly. Okay, higher the financial literate, naturally you feel so empowered.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because you know how much you are earning, you have a control on the money which you have, 100%. That's what people say, even elderly say, don't pay to any bills through GPay or any digital media. Why? You don't know how much money goes. Okay, for example, you go into the shop, you saw one product, you wanted to buy that product. The cost is 1,000 rupees. You just take up the phone and you pay. Okay, you may not know that 1,000 rupees goes because it is not actually the kind of physical money. But you have packets in your pocket, you have money. Okay, you know that 1,000 rupees there, you are affordable. But you are taking out your wallet and counting and giving, then it is a physical money. When you are giving physical money, naturally you feel that you are empowered one. Second one, you know how much spending. Because that physical money always first the money and pay. Because that you can have a sense of spending so that you all the time think, yeah, today I have spent 1,000 rupees. Because you physically pay. But if you pay through GPay, even 10,000 rupees you spend a day, you may not even feel that you have spent 10,000 rupees because it's not a physical money. Got it? So this is what now matters is that whether really financial literacy empowering? Certainly. Okay, that is for National Endowment for Financial Education, and they said that these skills are very important for long-term economic planning and actual stability also. Because when I was actually started the career, I earned 1,800 rupees a month. 1,800 in 1993. Okay, now I am a professor in a university. I should not tell you a salary. Actually, it is touching closer to the 3 lakhs. Why I am saying is 1,800 rupees also when I was earning, I was saving 200 rupees a month. Okay, when I am earning now 3 lakh rupees a day, 3 lakh rupees a month, I am also saving kind of 20 to 30% now. The money maybe looks bigger, but point is, whether really empowering me, yes. Even 200 rupees empowered me those times, and now even 50,000 or 60,000 now, that is also empowering me now. Get the point? This is what financial literacy. Okay, even now you don't have 100% knowledge, it is okay. Put somewhere, you would have seen your mother hiding some money here. Yeah. If you ask any crisis, she pulls out, right? That is exactly the financial literacy. She knows how to save even a little money somewhere. Put together, it maybe looks bigger. Yes or no? Certainly that empowers. Yes or no? When you are in the crisis, then that money certainly helps you. Right? That is what certainly it empowers you. How important is to be, yeah. What actually constitutes informal economy? That is what actually the topic. And who are these workers? Important question, right? Who's called as the informal workers? And what actually constitutes informal economy? Informal economy means the people are working are not regulated. Nowhere they are enrolled, and they are not taxed actually. They are not paying any tax to the government, and I think they are not monitored anyway by the government. So means what? These informal workers are contributing a lot for our development, but they are nowhere enrolled. Even they are not identified anywhere as a worker. For example, your near home, you can put the house. Someone is coming every day and helping, to build your house, but nowhere they are enrolled. So even no security, they fall somewhere and injured, no protection to them. Even sometimes they die also, no compensation, nothing. Got it? These are called as the informal economy. You won't believe worldwide 60% of the population are involved in formal economy. Only 40% are in the formal economy. Somewhere they are enrolled and their names are there. Anything happens, they protect. Got it? So such a huge population, but we are not actually much cared about them, but they are most popular, larger populations struggling a lot throughout the world. So this is very important. Who are these workers? I think you know, street vendors, domestic workers, gig workers, etc., etc. All these people are called as the informal, actually the workers. What extent these informal workers understand fundamental financial concepts? But nothing, very less, right? For example, they earn around 1,200 rupees a day. Okay, what they'll do? They have to carry that money home. But on the way, they may go and drink tea or have some food, or maybe buy something for the kids, or some have a habit of drinking alcohol. They go to shop, they'll spend around 200, 300. So they'll take home is maybe 500 to 600 rupees. Maybe half the way, half the salary, they'll just spend. Okay, but whether that 600 rupees or 500 rupees, is it reaches the family or is it reaches the wife or a mother or who's actually handling the economy of the family, then it's a question mark. Even 500 rupees reaches and she'll also save around 100, 200 here and there. So what extent is these people, formal, informal workers, understand the flow of money? Basic concept they'll understand because they go to work, they know that they are going to earn 1,000 rupees, 200 rupees end of the day. The point is they really aware about inflation? Yesterday they spent for a tea 10 rupees a glass. Okay, 10 rupees with this size of the glass. Okay, next day they went, the shopkeeper says 15 rupees. This is called as inflation. So you won't stop drinking, right? Yesterday the alcohol was selling for 150 rupees. Suddenly the shopkeeper that day he went and he says 170. Then he will not come back, he will buy. Okay, compared to yesterday he has spent 30 rupees extra. What is the problem? He is going to carry 30 rupees less to the home. Okay, if the 30 rupees less to the home, naturally that is impacting the families that whole spending. Got it? Is really these informal workers understand? No. So this is again is the biggest question comes in our mind. Okay, because unless surveys educate them and financially literate them, they'll never understand about inflation at all. Okay, hope you know, right? Right. So again, do they have any retirement plans? No. Even I am in a CPS contributory pension scheme. I have no plan at all. Right? Then how it is going to impact me after my retirement? Again, it's a question mark. But imagine those who are informal workers somewhere working, then what level they are protected once they are becoming ill or old. Okay, very important. They don't have any source to protect themselves when they become old. And important point, most of your family are most depend upon informal money, for example, sit funds and informal banks. Someone is in a money lender, okay, they are happy with, working with it. Why? Because very simple, lesser procedures, lesser paperwork. You go to their home, you ask for emergency, give me 50,000 rupees. Okay, they'll get you one signature and they'll give you 50,000. You go to bank, you ask for 50,000 rupees. Whole day you stand, they'll ask for collateral, they'll ask for, someone is, give a guarantee signature. Even end of the day, sometimes you won't get even 50,000 rupees. Okay, that's the reason why informal workers are more comfortable with the kind of sit funds and the informal money lenders than formal banks. Okay, but the point is whether it's good or bad, but it's bad. Why? Because these people can be easily cheated. Okay, they're scammed also. Sometimes their charges more, interest charges are more. So sometimes they may be paying maybe 1,000 rupees they get and they pay interest as 1,500 rupees. End up when they pay after a month or two or sometimes after a year. So they are easily cheated and by these private money lenders and sit funds. But still, these informal workers are very much comfortable with these people than formal banks because formal banks are having lot of procedures. So which is again is putting them into kind of vulnerability. Okay, financially they are so vulnerable, so easily those people can be treated. For example, one study, one of my scholars is pursuing now about informal migrant workers from northern part of India to the southern part of India. Okay, they are working somewhere in Tirupur and Coimbatore, and these girls, particularly very young girls like you, when they migrate from there to here, language barriers are there. But only one important thing they wanted is a mobile phone. First thing they wanted to buy. Why? Because they wanted to be in touch with their family. So when they buy, what she said is once that she went and paid 10,000 rupees to a shopkeeper and asked him to, get one mobile phone for her. Very next day she went and inquired. He said, no, you didn't give money. So there is no proof at all. These people, are lack of knowledge, have no idea how to ask, right, how to fight, because language barrier is the biggest one. Got it? So that is what these informal money lenders certainly have a serious, vulnerable organization. So will financial literacy provide economic security? Security the informal workers, that's the important part of our topic. Okay, one important argument here is, or narrative here is, no. No. Why? Because financial literacy can give you financial inclusion. I know, yeah. So do you know to fill the form to purchase the demand draft? Yes, I know. Yes, I know. You can help someone. For example, you go to the bank, you are doing something, someone old man coming and asking, can you fill this form? Okay? When he is asking to fill the form, do you know really how to fill the form? If you really know how to fill the form, then you are partially financially literate. But even like that old man, even you have no idea, then like that old man, an illiterate old man, and you are also illiterate, financial, I am talking about. You get the point? So what is very important is that whether this provides economic security? No. No. But financial literacy in a long-term effect. Long-term. Okay. Certainly you understand the whole process of money. Whole process of money. Right. How it goes, where it goes, how it is goes from your pocket. Okay. Where it is reaches, how many hands it is moving. Okay, when it is moving from you to me, whether it is loses the value or gains the value. I hope you all know, if you pay through digital money, it's continuously losing the value. Do you know that? For example, you are transferring 100 rupees to me. Right. When you are transferring 100 to me, the bank is charging for that. Some paisa. Okay. For example, 100 rupees is becoming 99 rupees. Some fraction amount. Then it is again transferred to the next, it again reduces, it goes on reducing. But if it is a physical money, I am giving you 100 rupees, you are giving to someone 100 rupees, again you are giving to someone 100 rupees, physical money. How many of us are aware about? How many of us are aware? So it is very important that whether it is provides economic security, no. So that is what they say. Because they don't know now, they know that they need a food a day, they get 3 meals a day, even if 2 meals a day, whether they can feed the kids, whether the children die, steady or not steady, no matter, whether the child is fed, right, where everyone ate, they go to sleep, get up in the morning, they go to the work. But we are only worried much. Okay, I have to pay the electric bill, I have to pay the telephone bill, I have to pay the internet bill, how much I am earning, can I manage? So I need to think a lot about it. Hope you got my idea. It's all wrong. So whether these informal workers, whether really economically secured? No. Directly no. But already mentioned, but when they are 100% financially literate, trying to be financially literate, economically they are self-sustaining, maybe in a period of 5 to 10 years. But they should put an effort. Okay, but actually speaking, the topic should go on like this: whether financial literacy leads to financially inclusiveness among informal workers. Okay, because when the between financial literacy and economic security, there is in between like inclusion. More you are inclusive, better secure. If you are lesser inclusive and lesser secure. This is what the whole topic should be taken to the forward, but still it's okay. And I think last 3 slides. Does financial anxiety and inflation create a burden for informal workers? Already mentioned, informal workers may not know what is actually inflation means. Okay, because money is losing its value. You know, it was 60 rupees per dollar. I think I'm talking about in 2000. Okay, now you know it is touching almost 100 rupees. Right? So when it is people who are going abroad and money, they think that they're earning more money. No, as long as you are in India, then inflation hits you very hard. Right? Whether these informal workers are aware about all that, actually no. This is what they call it as a financially anxious. Who's financially anxious? Who's financially anxious more? Is it rich or poor? Rich or poor? Rich. Why rich? Why rich? Because people who are rich are financially anxious because they do not lose the money they earn. Okay. Poor people are financially anxious because they are not getting enough money for their survival. Got the point? Yeah. The point is very simple. Compared to the men and women, men are more financially literate, so they're less anxious. Okay. Poor is financially illiterate, so more anxious. Got it? Youth are more financially anxious because they don't know complete picture about the spending. Leave the part of earning that is done by your parents. Spending. Yes, sir. Yeah. This is again very important study actually done by them. But I strongly suggest all of you to go further into this study and learn more about it, because we have no time to discuss now, because co-chair is looking at me. So this point is yeah. Whether this financial inclusion effective in securing sustainable lives for formal workers. Already mentioned the women. World Bank Global Fintech reports women and rural poor are identified as most hard to reach population. You cannot teach them financially. Why? Because any home you go, financial aspect mostly taken care by men. Hello. It is thinking that it is role of the men. Sir. Sorry, sir. I'll finish it in a few minutes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll finish it. Last slide, sir. Thank you. Thank you. So financial, that's what I know. Is it provide a sustainable life? Actually, no, already mentioned. Because these women and rural poor, particularly youth, okay, mostly they're financially excluded group, so it is very difficult for them to achieve a sustainable life. I think it's the last slide. So I think it's the last slide. I think how does bridging the financial inclusion gap for informal workers? I think this study says between 2014 to 24, I think they evaluated banking, access to bank, okay, adaptation of digital payments and participation in credit.
Yes, sir.
They said that.
I think the session is going on now.
Going on.
Yes, yes. Dr. Yasir had shared a YouTube link where I see Professor Dr. Sambat.
Yes.
Talking there. So I think it's well streaming. Next would be my screen. Only I am presently online. So,
So waiting to wait.
yes, yes, yes. It's going on, sir. I should see that in YouTube.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir. I think I'm complete, sir. I got the clue, sir. You. Sorry, sir. Okay. So whether this already mentioned empower informal workers, I think I'm concluding now. Actually, not already I said, because informal workers are, I think, most vulnerable group in our country. I think nowhere enrolled, no identity, and we are not even seeing them as part of any economic development of our country. Actually speaking, they are contributing a lot. But what is the initiatives required by the government of India or any government in the globe? I can see that these people are financially literate, and at least basic financial ideas we need to teach them. At least making that such a effort is very important, so that even and protecting them from kind of scams and cheatings, certainly that may provide them a sustainable life. Okay, so listen to your questions. Let all panelists complete, then please raise your questions. Thank you so much, Chair and Coach.
Thank you very much, Sambat sir, for your insightful presentation and for sharing your valuable perspectives. Thank you once again. We will now move on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Dr. C. Venkatachalam, Senior Research Fellow, ICSSR, and Mentor Professor at Department of Sociology and Population Studies, Bharatiya University, Coimbatore. His presentation is titled Social Importance of Economic Security in Strengthening the Textile Workforce in India, Challenges and Success. We look forward to his valuable insights. Sir, over to you.
So, good afternoon, Nanda. It gives me really immense pleasure to stand before you to highlight some of the points, the topic which has been given to me to deliberate in this important national academic venture which is being organized by the Department of Sociology of the IAS and all the people who are responsible for organizing the program with the financial support of the leading funding agency ICSSR, and you know very well how to obtain the funds from the institution like ICSSR. Lot of inputs by have been given, thoughtful ideas, until unless the quality research so the topic says social importance of economic security, strengthening the textile workforce in Indian context, challenges and benefits. I hope I am the somehow right person to talk about the topic, since two of my students did the research. One is on the handloom weavers in Tamil Nadu, and another scholar did the research under my supervision is the powerloom workers in certain parts of Tamil Nadu. And in all my research, I did a lot of ideas from the textile workers in Coimbatore. Days have been changed. Now when I do the research on the textile workers in Coimbatore district, I visited almost all the textile mills. Even I have gone through the lot of literature. The researchers done the research by very insightful manner with a theoretical approach. One important book which is impressed me not number of times I read. This is Professor E. Ramasamy from Delhi University, who lived in Coimbatore for number of years to write a book. The book title is The Worker and His Union. He also wrote a book along with the eminent scholar E.M. Thediwan. Both they written the book about the textile workers in Coimbatore. Today I am seeing from my eyes, since my student days, we have visited number of textile mills in Coimbatore. Today most of the mills have been closed. Even you might have seen there is a
NTC Staff College, National Textile Corporation Staff College was there to impart the training for the many office staff, workmen, personal officers, labor welfare officers, because they know that textile working community is so important. When we talk about textile workers are concerned, there is a three important segments as I already told. There is a handloom is the way back to the traditional industry without any much machinery. Then powerloom industry, that is a small kind of support from the man-made materials. And all these things you can understand what is the socialization process taking place in the industry as process is concerned. Why I told that many of the industries closed, textile industries closed because they are unable to compete with the modernized textile mills. Their sophisticated methods of production. When the definition of industry came to existence, the definition states that industry means a place where sophisticated methods of production take place, not importance of machinery. Even though there is a stiff competition created by the modernized textile mills, even the handloom clothes having the consumers, still it attracts, even powerloom. So in this context we could see what are the things are taking place, because when we talk about the textile workers, what are the social and the importance of economic security. We can understand that the textile is the one place where so much of this, even though there is a decaying textile mills have been closed down, but other industries have been developed in the northern part of India, which is helping them to compete with this thing. But in spite of all the process, textile industry is playing a vital role. So I divided my presentation with the four objectives to understand the features of the textile industry in context, to document the social importance of textile workers in the country, to assess the economic security of the textile workers in India, to examine the challenge of textile industry in India, and to suggest feasible solutions to the issues affecting the textile workers are concerned. So coming to the next to agriculture, textile industry is in a position to provide employment. So there is a number of things. For example, 45 to 50 million workers in India constitute of textile workers are concerned, because there is a possibility for these industries, the workers with minimum knowledge, minimum skills, but they are compete enough with the clothes, even in the modernized textile mills unable to do this process. Because you take one example of textile industry, once upon a time, there is a 13 units were there, starting from blow room. Those days workers are, I'm talking about way back earlier, 70s and all, 70s, 80s, 90s. You can find minimum working knowledge is enough. The process starts from the blow room, starting industry, that is cleaning all the raw cotton, and go for various processes, carding, spinning, until finishing the thing. So textile industry is a never-ending process. It's a social welfare organization, because it completes a product, the textile clothes, then go to the garments industry. Number of other auxiliary units will get the benefits, because every need, you know very well today, textile apparel designs are part and parcel of the textile industry is concerned. When talking about the social exchange theory of sociology, to talk about what is an art, what is a science, what is a profession. Work is different from the labor by the sociologists defined on their own away from the economy. Work is a perishable, work cannot be stored, work is an enthusiasm. If once you are interested in the work, so textile community is because of there is no social security, there is no problem. The younger generation in the handloom sector is leaving in spite of all the things. The industry is sustained because of the value which is being given by the workers are involved in it. It is often we are talking about the research methodology. Family is a unit of production. You can find there is a kind of division of labor is involved. The people bring their expertise, knowledge, designs. We do not know how they are getting the designs and all, because there is not any computerized designs and all there. But even small marketing divisions they made and make it this convenient. Some of the places are very famous for it. If you talk about the sari, there is some famous places are there. Pochampalli, Venkatagiri, in many parts of Andhra Pradesh, in Tamil Nadu. If you tell one particular place, you can find some kind of close production is taking place. Even though people cannot find much profit, still they are happily working, sustained industry because of textile workforce is such a kind of not a profit based, but it is creating lot of the process for the younger generation to carry out. In this context, we are studying about the socialization process is concerned, but economic socialization taking place, many of the textile units are concerned. Even today you can find many of the competing mills are available in the Mumbai, Maharashtra, Mumbai in many parts, Gujarat, Surat and other places. Even in Tamil Nadu, there is stiff competition taking place, even though many of the industries I already told closed down. Why these things are being carried out to the next kind of industries? Because of these people who involved in it, their work ethics, work culture is being followed. That is the reason behind it. The textile industry still survive, even though there is a shortage of the materials, less money, and the people still survive. The handloom alone, you can understand that the machinery is not machinery, it's automatic computer textile, but many of the women are, because there is no separate place for the go to the powerloom industry is concerned. You cannot separate it by because it is a family and the production units are safe. There is no when go for your employment elsewhere. You can find textile workers are different and the family is different. But here, family itself is the unit of production and the people take most of the powerloom industries are run by the women are concerned without any. Then if you go to the many of the textile industries located in the northern part of India, I already told that because of 13% of the demand the textile work is taking place in the Mumbai alone. Some of the mills have been emerged as the talking point of this time, because we can understand that we are doing the research mostly done by the major industrial research. As I told that because of we are using SPSS packages, percentage of industries and all. But when we look into these things, a scholar came from Amita Yedzioni from USA, who did commendable research on the textile workers are concerned. He visited India also, and he did a lot of research, and he found that why this industry is being decayed, why the industry is not in a position to come forward, and how it is not protecting the laborers are concerned. he could identify that when the industry, textile industry is established in Indian context, earlier workers are coming from all the way from different distances, and whenever they find this, because now those days are mostly manual works were taking place. And later on what happens, this is industry study to understand. So most of the industries started to give labor welfare facilities within the industry itself. They provide housing facilities, they provided the taking care of workers are concerned. In 1977, many of the industries closed down because of the mismanagement, financial mismanagement. There is no regulatory system and improper HR and human resource management and all of this. So what happened? This is Latvia happened, and many industries started to close down. Similarly, Union Government of India, they taken the steps to bring all the textile mills together. They started National Textile Corporation once upon a time. National Textile Corporation workers who have just permanently workers, those days many of the trade union movement, I went to study the why workers have participated in the trade union activities in textile mills, in many of the textile mills in Coimbatore. They found that because there is the problem is between the workers and the management because of trade union movement once upon a time very strong for these things. That period Amita Yajnani observed when the problem started, the workers' participation management has been initiated by the managements are concerned. So the workers moving towards the trade union, coming down, the workers moving towards the management was highlighted. So what happens because of today you can find many of the textile mills, you cannot find many permanent laborers, you cannot find it. Same amount of work is being done, even though within the less number of workers. This issue is because now they understood that the trade union movement which established in the Indian context, they understood the workers are pillars of these things because uneducated workers or less educated workers cannot be compete with the leading machineries are concerned. So Amita Yajnani identified many workers are unhappy in the family, so they are unable to contribute their best to the textile production is concerned. He developed the concept. What is identified that workers should be happy in the family, then only textile production. So identified that Amita Yajnani came to the hypothesis that when the workers are happy, they can produce much in the textile industry, then only you can survive. The same concept developing in other way. Karl Marx is established when he writing about the alienation concept. When the workers are dissatisfied, they move to the trade union, they won't come to the management is concerned. So this is the things which happen. Many of the textile mills you might have seen closed today, many of the textile mills. But today modernized workers are minimum literacy, understand the machinery, and periodical trainings being given by the things. So social importance of the textile industry is in India is concerned, even though changes are taking place, but still we are understood that all these three, handloom, powerloom, modernized textile mills still have the consumers in different ways, and many other new kind of textile mills has been emerged. So the challenges are we got to identify the skill level because many of the textile industries problem is many are unskilled laborers once upon a time, but the skilled laborers are converting the unskilled laborers to semi-skilled laborers to skilled laborers. Industry has to go to pass through various academic institutions support. In this context, many of the IIMs in India, they are giving kind of training, the methodology, and even for the researchers, how to bring the textile workers into the research arena. So these things are theoretical model because there is every textile industry with the three triangular worker, management, and the union. Because All these three only take this industry to the next level. In this context, what is happening today is many of the industries are coming up because we have to understand that even though the shortage of clothes were there once upon a time, you can find plenty of clothes are available because there is no problem in the textile industry is concerned. Because the role is workers to be strengthened, workers' welfare mechanisms to be understood by the various agencies, then only that industry can survive. Because competition is not at all there. Because still, even within Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore and Tirupur is a dominant industrial benchmark. They are competing with the many of the industries are concerned. In this context, many tiny small towns are coming up. You can find many places in and around Salem, in and around the Coimbatore district, in and around the Tirupur district, and you can find many industrial hubs are coming up. Textile industry can survive. We require more number of micro level research to tell the policy making bodies what is happening at the tiny level. So with these few remarks, I thank the organizers once again for inviting me to this today's national conference. I hope this conference will highlight some of the important areas to be the research to be carried out and strengthen the textile industry. So thank you so much for the careful listening.
Thank you, Professor Venkatachalam, sir, for taking the time to share your exposure with us. Thank you. With that, we shall now proceed to our next presentation. It's now my pleasure to invite Dr. Lisa Jacob, Professor Department of Computer Science, Rice, Dean to the University, Lavas Campus Pune, who is joining us online. She will speak on the digital future, how technology is changing our world. Ma'am, over to you.
First year, அவங்க மட்டும் வெளியே வா. கேமரா இருக்கு ஆஃப் பண்ணு. பாஸ் பண்ணுறது வெளியிட்டேன். பாஸாக தான் லைனில் ஓடிட்டு வீடியோ கட் பண்ணிட்டேன். செகண்ட் இயர்லாம் எங்கேயோ உட்காரு, ஒரு 5 நிமிஷத்தில் போயிடலாம் அப்படி சொல்லி தான் நான் காலையில் வச்சுருக்கேன்.
Here and in the presentation. I made a Google presentation. It's Google slide presentation. Now is it done? Okay. One more try at me. So this is moving now. Yes. It's a full screen, sir, here. I'm in red. Most this is moving also. See? Okay. So, with your permission, let me start the presentation. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Yasser, for giving me an opportunity to present my concept on digital future. So this is really not a complete research, but why I started working on this. The title would be the digital future and how technology is changing our world. So the agenda would be the invisible revolution and life before and after it. And in the digital future, to understand the digital future, I would like to showcase this item where India is developing on and how each industry is going on that. So to check this issue the question to all the audience, like when we measure our screen time yesterday, how many hours minimum we would have done in a phone, and what are AI tools what we have used this week, and or how many digital subscriptions, how many we are renewing or we are using all days. So this is the reflection where we need to observe that every day we have to do the study. For example, once it starts with the alarm, and then we take the phone, we check the WhatsApp, and there are similar like research has shown there are 40 digital tasks which a person normally uses. Even if it is he is a high professional or he is a student or he is or she is a household maker. So technology is with us, it is invisible, but we start noticing it when it stops. So I just wanted to take all of you to before the tech transformation. Imagine we are waking up tomorrow morning and there is no smartphone or internet or Google Maps, or there is no WhatsApp, social media. 25 years back, it was normal. And today we cannot live with the moment where there is no internet connection. So in 1995, maybe when I was in my school days, if I wanted to write a letter, I write a letter to my examination relative and we wait for one whole cycle, maybe for 2 weeks. But today the scenario has changed everywhere, because even if it is urban or even if it is rural area, it has changed. So now we can make instant video calls, we can do a live location sharing, or we can have a real-time collaboration. So technology has redefined our relationship. From there, the second thing, when I think about information, from the scarcity to abundance, why? Because this title is, there is a total reaction in every living scenario. If I am a student, if I go to a library, the hours we search in the library catalog is as being handwritten. The scenario has changed. It's just a matter of now prompting a proper message so that I get a lot of information. So the challenge is not longer to find the information, it is identifying the critical and difficult information during this AI show. So just to a scenario how the library era was and how the AI revolution had changed our library search.
What is it like? We visit the library and search catalog, and we locate the fridge shelves manually and read multiple heavy volumes. We take handwritten notes, and this took hours or days. But currently, when we prompt the correct message, we get the explanation with the proper required diagram, we get practical examples, calculations, with references, and also the prompt will make sure that we are getting a summary of the thing what we have done. And it is taking just seconds. That is a change of using the AI shift we are now living in. Now, when we take the navigation, from getting lost to prediction, modern travel isn't just about maps, it's just like it is about the real-time cognitive intelligence. Usually, when we travel in the past, we used to ask strangers or take the print map, and sometimes we get lost with the way we want it actually to be. But today, see the AI systems, even they help us to predict the traffic patterns, alert on accidents, and estimate the arrival time. The next scenario is banking, which each one of us are aware about. Earlier, we used to visit the physical branch, fill the papers, scan the queues, and manual passport update is required. And this had taken, and we have to, we have to take the handful of cash if it is required. But now, see, everywhere we use the QR code, or we use the UPI or the transfers, and all times it's a zero waste digital payment. Coming to our education sector, no, there is no way. The teachers have now become the facilitators or the coaches for critical thinking or for guide the students. Actually, we get all the resources from the virtual labs or AI tutors or the global platforms. So education is in our fingertips. And when it comes to healthcare actually a lot of inventions have happened, innovations have happened. Telemedicine, virtual consultation, and wearables for remote monitoring, AI assisted diagnosis, screening, and also digital health record. So I've just given a case study about a breast cancer detection. So which took already almost many years to identify whether a person had cancer or which took lots of time for the consultation. But Google DeepMind has developed an AI system which analyzes mammograms and reveals the fake positive and fake false negative. So the doctors can detect it easily. It's not that we are replacing the doctor, it is like it is assisting the doctor to understand or assisting the doctor to make decisions. And we are wearing smartwatches, and the watches also continuously monitor our heart rhythm and alert the user if there is any irregularity. Because that irregularity can be a symptom of a disease. So the change mostly happened during our past following the COVID or the digital workplace. Now collaboration is on all the workplace. Almost all the workplace have gone out of the borders. So now workplace is like we need not sit on a desk location all time, but we have to we are contributing our productivity at any location, and that the technology has brought us. So the cloud-based unified platform, asynchronous AI meeting system, and real-time shared digital assets have already helped us to make our workplace a digital workplace. So just to recap on what we were seeing, the letters and postcards have now become WhatsApp and email. Cash and physical wallets. So that is really using digital payment and UPI. Encyclopedias have now become like Google, and with the help of prompting large language models, we are getting a lot of information. Instead of the paper maps, we are using GPS. Physical classroom, we are having AI tutors or which help us for the hybrid and AI. And that is the technology why I could sit in my location and address you the audience here. Hospital visits have become the telemedicine, and photo albums have currently we are using the cloud storage and Instagram. So what are we seeing in all these transformations? Actually, we are in the digital future, but we have to understand that we are actually in the digital future. So what changes everything is everything becomes data now. The time you click on or you start writing the WhatsApp message, every email, every WhatsApp message, every social media post, and even the emojis, what you type, has become the digital information. And the same information, same transformation has happened in finance also. Whenever we pay through UPI or when we transfer some amount, using the digital platform. It is not only creating the valuable transfer, it is creating a data about the transaction, but at the same time, it is giving it is giving us valuable data about economic activity, spending patterns, etc. And when we do the healthcare, medical records were stored in paper files. Now we know it is all digital. The wearable devices, using the wearable devices for monitoring, doctors will be able to understand whether a patient has some difficulty, especially when the sugar level shoots up or there is a different pattern of his or her sleep. Okay, is there any change in the activity level? All this can be identified. So every click, every search, every online purchase, every digital interaction needs a digital footprint. So that's my question to all the audience. Are we in a digital future? Yes, we are in a digital future. Now, coming to the digital future. So when we say about the digital future, what actually happens is uh, it is not only the smartphone. It is how we are transforming, how our lives gets transformed when we live. When we live in this digital era. That is, are we using or are we living? Are we working with? And are we learning something? Are we making decisions properly? So are we using technology for all this? So in this, the technology has become intelligent, connected, personalized, predictive, and inclusive. So it is the fundamental transformation in our life. That is what we have to reflect on. In our life is how we work, learn, communicate, and make decisions. So I have already addressed this. We are not always thinking we are using AI, but indirectly we are using AI. The technology is so well designed that using AI, we no longer see it, but it has become our behavior using all those technologies. So to understand the digital future, how it is changing our world, I just wanted to take you through the digital evolution and followed by the digital transformation, what actually happened in various industries and the technology change in human life, the digital economy which has helped everyone, each one of us, from a student to a elderly person. It has given a lot of transformation and also India's digital public infrastructure and the future digital societies. So to start with, I've shown you certain terms, Industry 1.0, 2.0, Industry 3.0, Industry 4.0, and Society 5.0 or Industry 5.0. So this is the digital evolution. It started with Industry 1.0, where we had the invention of steam engine. So from the major innovation during that tenure, 1760s to 1840s, was the steam engine and mechanized textile mills, then railways and iron production, and that was the birth of industrial revolution. And that led to the growth of factories and cities. So James Watt steam engine had revolutionized the textile manufacturing and transportation. So machines amplified human strength during the industry 1.0. Now, coming to Industry 2.0, which was in the era of 19th century, that is 1870 to 1960, the key technology was electricity. So the factories shifted from steam to electricity, and assembly lines enabled the mass production, the parallel production of the automobiles, etc. So major innovation was electricity, telephones, internal combustion engine, and assembly lines, and which led to the faster production and lowering the manufacturing cost. Industry 3.0, which led to the digital revolution from 1970s to 2010, the computers and electronics came. So the major innovation was personal computers, internet, robotics, and ERPs, enterprise software, which the greatest impact was globalization and digital communication. So, one of the major developments there, I have shown the screen of Amazon online bookstore. That created a greater impact in all of us. Like when we can purchase the book. So the computers amplified the human productivity and connected the world. One of the key for globalization. Now coming to the industry 4.0, where we are now in. The technology has become intelligent, much intelligent, I would say. So AI, IoT, cloud computing, then big data, robotics, these are technical words, but how is it impacting that? I'll be showing you later. So machines became connected and intelligent. Intelligent in the sense, the data which I said before, that helps us to make what the decision. And it is collected and analyzed in real time. So then came the innovations in AI assistance, smart factories, autonomous vehicles, digital twins, and predictive analytics. And one of the greatest impact in healthcare was the personalized healthcare and digital banking, smart manufacturing. So we saw how the digital revolution has happened, and this is Industry 5.0, and somewhere we can see this Society 5.0, where mainly this is human-centered. Whatever systems we have developed, it is only not for the smarter machines. These smarter machines have to help the society, which means the development should be human-centered, collaborative, sustainable, and resilient. So that is the digital evolution and digital era we are now living in. So Industry 4.0 asks what can machines do, but Industry 5.0 or Society 5.0 asks what should technology do for people. So I think we have got a scenario about how digital evolution has happened from Industry 1.0 to Industry 5.0. The second category in, not category, would say the second theme in this digital future is digital transformation across industries. So every industry has become a technology industry. For example, if you take healthcare, the AI diagnosis, the robotic surgery happening. Now, banking, if you take the UPI and the digital bank, agriculture, one of the sectors where a lot of innovation has happened through smart farming. Even when we search where explaining what is smart textile monitoring, the defect monitoring is happening now with the support of the technology. Now, manufacturing, smart factories, retail, the Amazon, Flipkart, all the industry have about change that to the technology. And the digital transformation. I've given a case study about the Netflix. Here, the Netflix uses AI to recommend the movies and the shows to every viewer. It is not the same for me. It is not for us. If you take individual cases, it will be different for everyone. And more than 80% of people watch recommended by AI. And they are not searching for the search has reduced and mainly recommendations come. So this has actually given better customer experience and high user engagement. Along with that, we are attaining the personalized entertainment. So every scenario we see, every industry we see, there are a lot of changes what AI has brought into. The third section is the technology changing human life. As we know, every person, as I said, there are nearly 40 digital touch points where a person is looking into. So the 7 touch points I've already shown here in the screen. So this is not like felt like we are using technology, but it is invisibly there, and we feel when it is not available. We feel that gap when it is not available. The fourth one is the digital economy. And, so the flow of money in the digital world, we can earn, save, invest, borrow, insure. That is the major change that has happened in this digital field. So freelancing, then these platforms like Uber, Swiggy, etc. Then where we are earning money. Then digital payroll, etc. And saving the online. There is no. I could say that digital economy has become more inclusive than than any other times. We do have every person gets online saving, auto saving apps, digital wallets. And also for investing, there are many applications, mobile apps also for stock trading. Then we have robo advisors helping us to keep our portfolio safe and give us more advice on. And for borrowing, we get instant loan. So only the thing is we have to ensure that we are using the right application. Then BNPL, buy now, pay later concepts have started even from Amazon, Flipkart. You can see that. Then more of the insurance policies, how to insure our insure ourselves for it. So many investment tools have come that mutual funds, ETF, robo advisors, and mobile applications help us to maintain, and this helps us all in earning, then saving, then investing, then borrowing and insuring. So these are all digital solutions that can help any one of us. Whatever profession we are in, whatever area domain we are experts, we can use any of this digital. And the next is digital public infrastructure, especially when in India. So there are mainly four applications, would say Aadhaar, UPI, DigiLocker, and FASTag, and COVID, then ONDC, account aggregator, digital rupee. So these are all the support that Indian government has given to any citizen. So these are the platforms which we are silently using in our life. So almost I think if each one of us are familiar about it, just have given the numbers, how much people are using it. And the FASTag now it has become mandatory for any travel. Then COVID was one of the developments where every Indian was assured that they had received the digital certificate after the vaccination. Then ONDC is a platform where we are able to do the e-commerce. Any buyer, any seller can use it. This is being given by RBI, and also account aggregator, so where the people can share their own financial data, so to access the credit faster. And also RBI is another. This is a pilot phase, that is digital rupee. So these are the different public infrastructure every citizen can enjoy in our digital economy. Now finally, the future digital society, as I said in the previous session, technology has transformed a lot of things. But now we have to utilize the technology for a safe, healthier, and more sustainable and inclusive society. So that was the sixth theme of digital future. Now we are all working. Every campus is working. Every student, every business is working for this future digital society, which always would be the human-centered, which always will be sustainable, intelligent, inclusive, and the connected. These are the 5 strides of a digital society. So There's an example, a case study where Google DeepMind AlphaFold has given the predicting the protein structure with remarkable accuracy. This was a work of more than 50 plus years of biology scientists, and this was being, this helped us for faster drug discovery and better disease understanding and medical breakthroughs. Now we have to think about whether AI will replace doctors or will let AI help the doctors to make better decisions. And I always stand with the second one. AI will help the doctors to make a better decision. In the digital society, as I said, along with AI, we have IoT, which is Internet of Things, where we are connecting everything. So we all are aware about the connected cars, smart factory. When now almost all the terms comes with smart, which means this is able to respond. It takes data, it is able to respond, and it communicates. So an example, textile factories now use AI-powered cameras, IoT sensors, and predictive analytics to monitor the fabric quality, machine and the machine health and the production efficiency in real time. So this helps, and also in farming, smart farming. Smart farming is another area where we use the IoT, Internet of Things. And next, one of the advancement is blockchain, where it is a secure digital ledger. So instead of the blockchain is being used in different areas, especially in banking, healthcare, and with digital certificates, where we are sharing the things and we know we are keeping the trust on, and that it is not getting manipulated, and our records are safe, our certificates are safe. So, and this all can be handled within time. That is what, whenever we wanted to, keep the trust of organization, we need all the foundations to be known. Any manipulation cannot be assisted. So blockchain is creating that digital trust among the users. And the next one is robotics, where earlier what happened is robots were replacing workers, but now we are giving the repetitive tasks to the robots and we are doing some high-end jobs. So mainly the robots, when we go especially when we go to different areas, we can see there are robots which can help the elderly people, which can perform surgery, we can assist the doctors for performing the surgery to reduce the error rate. Also it delivers medicine and it explores the space. So there are BMW is smart factory is using cobot, which is a collaborative robot. Along with the employees, they work the repetitive. They help the employees to perform the repetitive tasks, and the people will be taking the high value work. So for this the future digital society, one of the what is our role as a human is responsible and digital trust. So technology is powerful, but should everything that can happen be actually built? So there are certain ethical challenges when we use all these technologies. There are certain challenges. That is AI bias, deep fakes can happen, misinformation. There can be privacy issues. There can be security issues. Then job displacement. But as a human being living in this digital society, we should be responsible. The responsible AI should be one of our key takeaway when we utilize all this technology. So yeah. So the future skills would always be the critical thinking, creativity, AI literacy, emotional intelligence, digital literacy, then our own cyber security awareness, ethical decision making, and lifelong learning. So before why we are telling about the digital future is, at least we should be able to use the digital tools. Okay, we should create a good financial habits, and we should be aware about the technology. That should be the key takeaway of the session actually, because we can use all these to save the time, to save the money and at the same time keep the technology with us. So the greatest technology.
Are you
Yes.
Are you about to find out?
Yes, yes. Only one more slide, sir.
Please.
Yeah. So the digital technology of the future will not be the one that replaces humans. It will be that one that helps humanity. So it should be for our healthier, wiser, more inclusive, and more sustainable society. So the real question is, we as users, we should be responsible. We should be ethically using the technology, and we should use the technology for the benefit of humanity. So already, as I said, the digital future is here. But how are we going to use it? So that's all. Right. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Lisa, for very interesting idea on IT and how it is important value, how we can learn and use it textiles in terms of making use of IoT, use of different technologies into our industries. So I'm sure this will be very important for us. As we are online, offline, we were not aware of, not follow the online presentation by the other channels. But if we can look enough, the questions are there, we have. And then Professor Kumar has already come. Are we having some more? Yeah.
No, sir, he is not here. We'll wind up for the lunch. Then after lunch, we'll come again.
Right.
Yeah. So, Professor Lisa, you can stop sharing the screen. And thank you so much.
Lisa, you may stop sharing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your valuable time and time. The daily and great honor to have you today. Definitely in future we will connect to you regarding the academic benefits.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Ajay sir, we will join after lunch again. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Please. Yeah. If it is not shared to me, I will forward it to her so that they can share it.
Okay, I'll use it.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
With that, we have come to the end of the scheduled presentations. Again, if you have got any questions, now you can ask. If there are no questions, we can disperse for the lunch. Thank you so much for all the speakers, for your valuable presentations, for keeping it so short and within the time limitations. I know it was very tough. Even then, all the presentations were really good and very simplified idea of what financial inclusion is, how it is related to economic security. And Professor Venkachalam sir has talked about economic security, particularly with respect to the textile workforce in India. And Professor Lija Jacob has talked about the digital future. And all of the presentations are really stimulating. And yeah, so I hope this would help us in policy making, and it would bring a lot of insights to each of us regarding the financial inclusion, financial literacy, and economic security in the informal work sector. With that, I thank everyone, the audience, for your patient listening, and for the organizers for the smooth conduct of this program. As we know, this has been conducted online as well as offline, which was kind of difficult, especially to keep up with the time constraints. But somehow we managed to, wind up by 1:45 p.m. Now I think we can have the lunch. Thank you, professors, once again. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Second year students are asked to move to their respective class and have your lunch, and please be here